Hi, Misha here, and it's Labor Day weekend, and I wanted to bring back out a gun we've had a few times now, the FB-Radom, the Polish VIS-100, 9mm, but not an Uzi. And that's because the cabin is done. Still a little bit of trim work to do, put the rails up now that the furniture's here. I've talked a lot about it on my personal channel, but I brought this out to kind of inaugurate the cabin being done because, well, right as the foundations were being dug about 10 months ago, we brought this out and tried it out when this was just a field with nothing in it. No electricity, no well, no nothing. So I thought it was only fitting that the gun we had out the day it was having the foundations dug should be the gun we shoot the day that it's being christened. And by christened, I mean Fox's daughter christened my sink real good. So let's go back about 10 months. So I wanted Jroe, who knows nothing about this gun, to try the VIS-100 out.
Yeah, he's like, here, just shoot this thing and I'm not going to tell you anything about it. And then I'll tell you after you shoot it.
Eventually I did tell him the name. That's all he knows.
One thing I'll say right away is that these sights are super bright. It's a little on the chunky side for my hands, but it's comfortable enough. You want me to try to shoot something deliberate or just torch them?
Your call.
All right. I'm snatching a little bit today. I noticed on that last one when it came open, boop, dropped a little bit. It's unusual. I mean, I like it. It shoots nicely. I mean, the sight picture is lit up like the 4th of July.
Well, it is getting dark out here, so there you go.
And I mean, part of that is, and I don't know again how well this is going to pick up on the GoPro from here, but the channels for the sights in which the fiber is laid in are open across the top. So you see a lot more of the fiber itself than just kind of the dot as it's presented. And that kind of gives you some perspective on whether you're totally flat or not. I mean, the sights are great. They're almost cartoonishly bright. But there is absolutely no mistake whether or not you've got the sight picture there. And it's weird. I mean, it almost feels, for a hammer-fired pistol, it almost feels a little bit like a striker fire. It's not totally like staple gun kind of spongy, but it doesn't have a clearly distinct wall like a lot of hammer-fired, you know, where the sear engagement is, you can really feel that wall and then go through it. And this one pretty much goes straight through the pull, which is different. There's also something a little weird about the way that the beaver tail felt while I was shooting it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's just something that's a little loose and rattly back here on the safety, or the decocker rather. But for a second, I had to ask myself whether or not there was a grip safety on it. Because I was like, wait a minute, hold on, something was moving back here under the beaver tail. Is there?
Yeah, the grip panels wrap around, and that's where they join.
It just, oh man, I don't know if something moved, but there for a second, I had to ask myself if there was a grip safety on it.
It doesn't so much move, but there's a tiny amount of like creak where the two panels.
That's what it is.
Yeah, they meet each other.
The grip comes back around here and meets in the back.
Right,
and I'd swear I felt this move while I was shooting.
Under recoil, there's a little bit of vibration there.
There is actually you can even.
It's not a single piece grip. It's two.
Yeah, no, it's definitely two pieces, and if I push on it,
yeah,
I can absolutely feel where that joint is, where they meet. And so, like I said, I was shooting it, and I felt something shift in the back of my hand that made me wonder if there was like a weird, you know.
Well, they make them interchangeable to size it. It comes with, I think, two set, you know, big, small type thing.
But the movement of it was noticeable enough that I stopped and went, wait, what was that? It didn't feel right.
The gun came apart.
It felt like it was coming apart in the grip. I mean, it shoots great. I don't have any complaints about, you know, functionality, sight picture, all that stuff. It's a little weird.
What do you think of the weight?
I mean, personally, I like a pistol to be a little heavy, especially if it's not going to be like a deep concealment EDC or something. I mean, even if it's something that's going to be like service weapon, open carry, I like a little weight to the pistol, but it is kind of a heavy beast.
Really? Because it's actually very light.
I don't know. I mean, compared to the Walther that you just handed me.
Here's the difference. That Walther is a polymer frame.
Well, that's true.
That's metal. And that's actually what I think's cool. That gun weighs with a metal frame, but most polymers do.
It's different. I don't have any complaints thus far, aside from that really weird loosey-goosey feeling in the grip panel. Other than that, no, I like shooting it a lot. Has some significance there, and as Fox just reminded, this is also the first gun he attempted a review at, even before then. So we've had it for a bit. In fact, here's a couple of choice clips.
Fire a few rounds from the VIS-100. Hey guys, Fox here. I'm going to talk about the VIS-100. We'll start with how it looks, and definitely first rattle out of the box, gotta say this thing looks awesome. When you pick this thing up, my first impression was, man, this does not feel good in my hands. But putting 2 or 3 mags through it, it was just fine. It wasn't an issue doing mag exchange. It's easy to look at. You're gonna like, I don't like the way that sounded.
Who is Cody anyway?
Butch.
You got some history with this, in a good way. So with that, it's one of my favorites, frankly. Always felt good to me. Let's just dust her off. Alrighty. I'm on a hill. She held open. Yeah, I should have brought the mag loader.
Old finger punch works perfect.
Yeah, it's good exercise.
Yes, sir. Beautiful.
So, any opinions differ over the years?
Yeah, you know, man, it is a little snippy. I'll give it that. And I think I would like if this beaver tail was a little bigger. But man,
so what you're saying is you want a bigger beaver.
A bigger beaver. Bigger beavers are always a better choice if you can find one.
Say that 3 times fast.
Bigger beaver. Oh shit. Yeah, fuck that up. Anyways, yeah, man, I remember the first review I done on this, and it honestly feels kind of the same, but my shooting grip has definitely changed a little bit since then. For as big as a gun as this looks on camera, it's actually a very thin grip. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It seems like a really fat, big gun when you're looking at it, but when you actually get it in your hands, it's actually quite thin. It's not as big as you think.
Yeah, it's thin and light enough. A lot of people I've handed it to mistook it for having an alloy, having a polymer frame. When
Correct.
It's actually an alloy frame. And that's kind of the trade-off. It's a little snappier because of the alloy, but it's metal. If it was heavier, it'd have less snap.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, it's really light. I would say my Glocks weigh more than this, especially like a 17 would probably weigh a little more. But I think once you put a flashlight on here with this pick rail and you put a red dot, especially like a 509T, a closed emitter.
Yeah, it's got a plate. So
yeah, I think you could really counter a lot of that snip. But this is a cool gun. I think if you had the opportunity to get one of these, you should jump on it.
And over the years, I don't recall it ever jamming.
No, this has been a reliable gun. We've probably put close to 500 rounds through this.
And yeah, several different types of ammo with that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome, man.
That's really it, folks. Just nothing new here. I think Fox has a good idea. We should go on and dress this up, put something on. Yeah, sometimes. It's a good old gun. And I like that it has a military pedigree. This is quite close to the military version. These grips, they do come with 2 sizes. This is the somewhat smaller. They're just a little bit more back here. I say to means about the beaver tail. It wouldn't hurt. But this was created on a pretty strict diet. If you notice, there's a small lightning cut right up here on the trigger guard, a little hole. They really scalloped the rail. Inside, they even scalloped the inside of the frame and the mag well. They removed all the metal they could. Even the lanyard loop is just a thin piece of steel. So when the Polish military specified they used to FB-Radom, they obviously wanted a very light gun as a service gun.
And still to keep a lot of the stuff for a big glove, you know.
Oh, yeah, you got quite a large... I do like the mag release. I've always thought that was good. The slide stop's fine. The decocker only, man. Trigger's fine. I don't hate it at all. Double action, single action.
Yeah, the trigger was nice. It had a little bit of a pull, but honestly, it's a military gun.
It's a combat gun, yeah.
And honestly, that beaver tail thing, I actually still have my gloves on, but the beaver tail may actually soften up if you put a good winter glove on. I just have on my leather shooters, but...
Yeah, it could very well with that. It's just a good... I mean, it's not remarkable. I think the most remarkable part, this is a Polish-made... It's designed in Poland, made in Poland. That's pretty unique. Most European nations now use a Glock or something. Mm-hmm. The fact that they're still making their own guns is pretty cool for a relatively small nation with a small military like Poland. So,
well, what's really cool is a small nation like Poland, and they're setting this up with a light option and a mount for a red dot. You don't see a lot of that in a military surplus gun. I mean, look at how long it took Glock to come out with a...
Yeah. Now, the only really difference is I'm sure there's a few others guys who know better, but these sights are more target sights with the fiber optic. The military sights, I believe, are just more, solid 3-dot, but you could easily pop these off. They're just on.
Yeah.
So, but I think they did that just to give the U.S. market a little more.
Yeah, you could tell if those were military, they'd probably get broke.
Yeah. But that's it, guys. It just seemed like, I don't know, just having a bit of nostalgia, reminiscing about... the beginnings of this place, and it just seemed like a gun to take out. Plus, it's just one I enjoy shooting every few months. With that said, if you please could like, share, and subscribe, check out backlog videos, and we will keep on. Like to help support us, check out Patreon. Starting to get back doing live streams, all that good stuff. So this is Misha. Catch you very soon next time.